So, do you all need a break now? Or we couldn't get the break? Or should I just start now? Start now. How many of you want to have a break? Okay, nobody wants a break. I think those who wanted a break, they already went out. So the next will be the fourth chapter, the fourth skanda, which is known as Kiskindha Kanda. When the Lord decided, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead decided to descend to kill Ravan, then Brahma instructed all the demigods to take birth as monkeys. So demigods uniting with Apsaras, the female monkeys, and Vidyadhars, they took birth. And chief among them were Indra's son Bali, Surya's son Sugriv, Vayu's son Hanuman, Brihaspati's son Tara, Vishwakarma's son Nal, Agni's son Neel. So they all took birth as monkeys, but actually they were demigods. And they had the power, they had unlimited power. And they also had the ability, Brahma actually awarded them the ability to take any form they wanted. They could change their form. They are extremely powerful. They are extremely learned of the scriptures. And they were extremely intelligent. And they are extremely valor. They are extremely heroic. We'll see when it comes to the battle between the monkeys and Rakshasas, how they actually fought. All the Ravana's big generals were dead. All his sons, even Indrajit, who was undefeatable, was dead. But on the Ramchandra side, none of the major monkeys died. None of the prominent monkeys died. Like Hanuman didn't die, Sugriv didn't die, Angad didn't die, Neel didn't die, Shushan didn't die. So these were Jambavan didn't die. So this is the advantage of siding with the Supreme Personality of God. When we side with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, then we don't die. And when we don't side with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, no matter how powerful we may be, but we will eventually die. So let me just organize myself a little bit. Okay, so now we discussed about Aranya Kanda. After discussing Aranya, now we are coming to Kiskindha Kanda. Kiskindha is the kingdom of the monkeys. So do you remember when Sita was being abducted by Ravana? Then Sita dropped her ornaments and her upper garment, upper uttariya, seeing some monkeys, 5 monkeys on a mountain top. So who are those 5 monkeys? Those were the 5 monkeys that Kavandha instructed Ram to meet. They were Sugriv, Hanuman, Jambavan, Maindra and Devida. They were the 5 leading monkeys. So Ramchandra came to that place on the bank of Pampa Sarovar. It was on the bank of Pampa Sarovar. There was a mountain called Rishamukh mountain, and they were residing there. Maybe I can tell the background also a little bit to understand the theme. Bali and Sugriv were 2 brothers, and Bali was elder, Sugriv was the younger. So when their father died, they actually took, Bali became the king, and Sugriv was his right hand. Both the brothers were very close to each other, and they were very powerful. So once Bali had been allured by a demon called Mayavi, who was actually the son of Mayadanav. You know Mayadanav? Mayadanav is the engineer of the demons. Like Vishwakarma is the engineer of the demigods, and Maya is the engineer of the demons. And his son was Mayavi. So he had some dispute with Bali over a woman. They all had some disagreement because he wanted her and Bali took her away. And so one day this demon came and challenged Bali at night. And so he was actually a Mayavi. He had very expert illusory power. He was the son of Mayadana. Ministers installed him in the throne, on the throne, thinking that Bali was dead. But then after some time, Bali came back. And when he came back and when he saw that Sugriv was on the throne, then he became very angry. And Sugriv fell at his feet, offered his crown to become, and offered him to become the king. But Bali was so enraged, so angry with Sugriv, he thought that Sugriv deliberately closed the mouth of the cave and came away. But actually what happened, it took Bali 1 year to search this demon, Mayavi. He found him along with his associates in the cave, and he killed them all. And they were crying. So that is the sound that Sugriv heard, and he didn't hear the sound of Bali. So they were crying, they were making that noise because they were dying. So the whole place became flooded with their blood. And when Bali tried to come out, after a long time, he found the mouth of the cave. He found that the mouth of the cave was covered with a big boulder. So after a lot of struggle, he broke that boulder and he came out, and he found that Sugriv was in the throne. So he thought that it was Sugriv's conspiracy that he covered him, kept him in the cave. And although Sugriv tried to make him understand, but Bali would not listen. And Bali was very, very powerful. He was more powerful than Sugriv. So then Sugriv ran away from there. And he took shelter of this Rishyamukh mountain, because Bali had a curse that if he came there, he would immediately die. Ram and Lakshman, after getting the news that he is actually Sugriv's associate, they became very pleased. Said, we are actually looking for Sugriv. We have been instructed by this Gandharva that Sugriv is going to help. And he told the story that Ravan has abducted his wife. Then Hanuman said that Bali also has abducted Sugriv's wife, so both of you are on the same boat. so then in this way, Hanuman then went back to Sugriv, and Sugriv then came to meet Ram and Lakshman as an ascetic. So Ram shook his hands and sat down. Then Hanuman lit a fire to make their friendship, confirm their friendship. Then they circumambulated the fire, and then they became friends. And then Ram embraced Sugriv. Then Sugriv told him the whole story, what actually happened, and Bali has abducted his wife, taken his wife away from him, and he didn't want to have the kingdom. He was happy to be his servant, but he drove him away. He didn't want to listen to him. Then Ram told him that, look, I will help you. We are friends, so I'll help you so that you also will help me. So then Ram said, you go and challenge Bali. And I will, when we are fighting, then I will kill Bali with my arrow. Then Sugriv actually doubted Hanuman's strength, Ramchandra's strength. He said, you don't know how powerful Bali is. So Lakshman then told that Ram, he is actually have doubts about your strength. So Ram asked, so tell me what I should do. How do you want me to prove that I am stronger than Bali? So Hanuman, Sugriv told that there was a great demon, and great demon called Dundubhi. He assumed the form of a bull, buffalo. He assumed the form of a buffalo, Mahisha. And he was challenging everybody. So he went to the ocean god, god of ocean, and challenged him to a fight. The ocean god said, look, I am no match for you. So you go to Himavan, the Himalaya, and fight with him. So so he went and he started to break the peaks of Himalayas, challenging him. Then Himalaya also was afraid to fight with him. So Himalaya told him that, look, your match is actually Bali. So you go to Bali. So this Dundubi came to Bali. Then Bali not only killed him, and he flung him 4 miles away. And he took the corpse of Dundubi and threw him, he landed 4 miles away. And while he was landing, his body was flying over the Rishamukh mountain. And his blood fell on the ashram of Matanga Rishi. So Matanga Rishi was so upset that he cursed that whoever caused this to happen, if he comes here, he will immediately die. So that's why Bali got to know about it, and he didn't dare to come near Rishamukh mountain. So he said that he not only killed Dundubi, so he threw his corpse, his body, 4 huge body. You can well imagine how big he must have been to fight with Mount Himalaya, Himalayan mountain, the personified Himalayan mountain. So Lakshman said, Ram, so you have to prove that about your power. So Ramchandra, so Dundubi's body was still lying there. Like the corpse of Dundubi was still there. So Ram went there, and with his toe, he just flicked, and that body went flying 80 miles and landed there. So, but Sugriv was still not convinced. So Sugriv said that actually when Bali flung his body His body was full body. Now his body is just a skeleton. So the real body is not there. So Ram then took an arrow, and there was 7 huge tal trees. Ram pierced all the 7 tal trees with one arrow, and after piercing them, the arrow went down to the earth. So seeing that, Sugriv got his confidence. So Sugriv went and challenged Bali. So Bali came out, and both of them started to fight. But when Bali and Sugriv were fighting, Ram couldn't figure out who is Bali and who is Sugriv. So at the end of the day, Sugriv was completely bashed up. He came back and he started to tell Ram that you told me that you will kill Bali, but you didn't do anything, and look at my condition. I am beaten to a pulp. Ram told him that this is what has happened, that I couldn't make out who is you and who is Bali. So that's why I could not release the arrow, fearing that I might have mistaken. By mistake, I might kill you. So you do one thing, tomorrow you go and challenge him again in the fight. But this time you wear some sign that I'll be able to recognize you. So Sugriv again went, although he was completely shattered. Bali's wife, so Sugriv started to challenge. Bali's wife Tara suspected something. He said that, look, he came challenging you yesterday, he got beaten up, and again he is coming today. There must be something wrong behind this challenge. So, but Bali was fearless. So then Bali went and fought, but this time Ram killed him with an arrow. So when dying, Bali actually told Ram, I didn't harm you. Why did you kill me? I may have animosity with my brother, but to you, what did I do? And this is unfair, this is unjust. But then Ram gave some very good advice, very good reason for killing. He said that I belong to the Ikshaku dynasty who rule over the earth planet. So we have the right to establish the law and order in this entire kingdom. It's our kingdom. So when you stole Sugriv's wife, because of that crime, because of that sin, you are punishable. And besides that, I am a Kshatriya, and a Kshatriya can kill an animal. So since you are a monkey, since you are an animal, I killed you, I am justified in doing that. So then Bali offered obeisances to Ramchandra and left for the spiritual abode. Then in the meantime, the Chaturmasya started, the 4 months of monsoon, 4 months of rainy season started. So they decided not to move, stay at one place, and Lord Ramchandra stayed with Lakshman on the bank of the Pampa river. And the monkeys, they had 4 months of vacation. So Sugriv became the king, so they got reinstated. And when they got back their kingdom back, they all started to enjoy their life with women and wine. So 4 months went by. They were supposed to come to assist Ram after the 4 months of monsoon. They didn't come back. So Lakshman and Ram became very furious. Ram told Lakshman that you go and tell the monkeys that if they don't come, I'll wipe them all out. So Lakshman went to Sugriv. Sugriv was surrounded by his wife. He was completely drunk and drink with alcohol. And so he just came out with his eyes half open. But when Lakshman started to chastise, he came back to his senses, fell at his feet and said, okay, I will make some arrangements to help Ram to find Sita. So then Sugriv called his leading monkeys and he sent different leaders. One of the king leaders of the monkeys was Binda. He sent him to the eastern direction to search for Sita in the east. Angad, Neel, Hanuman, Jambavan, Moinda and Divida went to the west. Went to the south. They were sent to the south. Then, and Neela was sent to the north, and Shushan was sent to the north, and Shatavalli was, Shushan was sent to the west and Shatavalli to the north. Anyway, these four groups of monkeys were sent. Then Hanuman and Angad, Bali's son, who was the crown prince, they actually came across Sampati. Sampati was the brother of Jatayu. Sampati heard them discussing about Jatayu, and then he became favorable to them, and Sampati had the curse that he went so close to sun that he burnt his wings, so he couldn't fly. But due to there was a condition that when the monkeys come to his rescue, then he'll get his wings back. So when he saw that, and this way, this group of monkeys led by Angad helped him, and Sampati then gave them the information that Sita was in Ashok forest in captivity of Ravan in the Lanka. Then Lanka was 100 yojana or 800 miles away. So they started to wonder what to do. One monkey said that he could jump 60 yojanas. Jambavan said that he has become old. He could jump at the most 90 yojanas. Angad said he can jump 100 yojanas, but to jump back another 100 yojan he won't be able to do. So then it was decided that Hanuman should do that. Jambavan said, Hanuman, you can do that. You are the only one who has the power to do that. What to speak of 100 yojanas, you can even go leap. On a leap you can cover 1000 yojanas, 8,000 miles. So, and this way it was arranged that Hanuman would leap across the mountain and go to Lanka to bring the news of Sita. So in this way, Hanuman prepared himself to jump, and how Hanuman jumped across the ocean, that will be described in the next chapter called Kiskindha Kanda, which is a very, very wonderful chapter. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanande Hare. As I told you all earlier, that I am just giving this seminar to generate the interest in you and give you the overview so that you can generate the interest to read Ramayan yourselves. It's not a subject that can be covered in just 4 or 5 days. It is a subject that we can actually deal with life after life. Of course, Ramayan is not our main topic. I would prefer to speak on Mahabharata because that deals directly with Krishna. And even more, I would prefer to speak on Srimad Bhagavatam. I would prefer to speak on Brihat Bhagavatamrita. Once I gave a seminar in Vrindavan, in VIHE in the early days when I was not so much involved. And you know for how long I gave that seminar? I gave that seminar for 1 whole month. Brihat Bhagavatam. So the purpose of these seminars is to create the interest in you. And I am doing the Ramayan because I feel that in order to properly appreciate Krishna, the Leela Purushottam, we must recognize him as the Marjada Purushottam. So that's why we are discussing about the pastimes of Lord Ramchandr. Thank you very much. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. I finished the class quickly because we didn't actually get a chance for 2 hours we were just sitting, so without any break. So now you can get ready for the next session, which is Mahaprasade Govinde Nama Brahmane Vaishnave Salpa Punna Vatan Rajan Vishwasanaiva Jayate Sharira Vidyajal Jarendriya Tahikal Jive Fele Vishai Sagare Tar Moddhe Jivbhavati Lobhamay Sudurmati Take Jeta Kothina Samsare Krishna Varadayamay Karibare Jivbhajay Saprasad Anna Dilabhai Shey Annamrita Pao Radha Krishna Gunaga Premedako Chaitanya Nitai Jai Nimai Jai Nitai Jai Mahaprasad Ki. So honor Prasad and chant the holy name. Akantha Puriya Karo Prasad Sevan Sarvakkhon Karo Hari Nam Sankirtan. That is, eat Mahaprasad, eat Krishna Prasad up to here, up to your neck. And then chant the holy name all the time. Not eat prasad and go to sleep. So that is why we are here. Is everyone happy with the prasad? Is the prasad all right? Huh? I was not very happy with yesterday's prasad. I kind of chastised them yesterday. I took the prasad, lunch prasad yesterday, and I was not happy, so I told them to get their acts together, the kitchen department, and improve the quality of prasad. So, how was the breakfast today? Was it all right? It was all right, but I was not happy with the halwa. I thought that the halwa was not up to the standard. Anyway, I will see how the lunch is. And according to the kitchen department, we'll either get praise or chastisement. Hare Krishna. And are you all comfortably situated? Actually here, since we are very new here, our accommodation facilities are not so extensive. Therefore, we had to make arrangements for you all. Many of you are outside. So is it uncomfortable? Those who are not here but living outside. Where are you staying, Karmika? Achha. Is it alright? You're happy there? তোমরা কোথায় আছো? Very good. Anyway, I hope next year these two buildings will be ready. Then I can accommodate everyone. Many more devotees will be able to speak. তোমরা কোথায় আছো? সামনে ব্রহ্মচারী আসো। Tulsi Manjari, when did you come? 10 o'clock, 10:15. Did you take breakfast? No? No breakfast. They picked you up on time and you are staying with Archana and Chitrangada. Hare Krishna. Gaur Premanand.